This is Cynthia Toet, your TV host for Your Hidden Love Story. I want you to keep your mindset on the higher vibrational mindset so you can keep living your life and going on this beautiful journey you got. I can't live here without you. We need all of you. You're all here. You have all a special reason, a special purpose, and nobody can do it just like you. Hello. Have you ever felt your heart pulling one way, but your mind pulling the other? This is Cynthia Toet, your TV host for Your Hidden Love Story. We're on episode 2134, and this is our Q&A from the 4th show of the mini-series of Coming Back Home to Yourself. And that means I'm going to need your guys' interaction throughout the show. But the main reason why I go live is I do believe that we have all been misled and misguided by our emotional self, that I believe our go-to emotions is out of fear, doubt, insecurity, not whole enough, not complete enough, feeling like you guys got to prove yourself out there to the world or to someone else. My goal here is to actually flip that emotional story you guys got going on in the background to a higher vibrational one, so you start operating from love and above, laughter, play, joy, happiness, peace and harmony, passion and desire. Come on, baby, let's get this show going and let's get your life going. As a happiness, love, and relationship coach tonight, we're going to bridge the gap between what it feels and what you think. There's a space many of us live in without even realizing it, where the heart is whispering one truth and the mind is arguing another. It can feel confusing, exhausting, and overwhelming at times. But what if that tension isn't here to break you, but what if it was here to guide you into a deeper alignment with yourself? That heart and that mind conflict is actually normal, but staying stuck is optional. Have you ever felt torn between what you feel and what you think? Type yes in the chat if you have. If no, then you can type no. Have you ever felt torn between what you feel and what you think? Most people are living in the mental noise, not in the inner truth. Most people are in their head and not in their heart. Alignment is something that alignment is not something you chase. It is something that you allow. So drop a heart in the chat or mind in the chat. Where are you living right now? Are you living in your heart right now? Or are you living in your mind? I want to know. I want to know, because it's flipping time. What alignment feels like. Alignment isn't loud. You're in your mind. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. Oh, we got a heart there. Yay. Lucy's in her heart. Both mind and heart. Happy birthday, Andrew. I'll sing to you later. Alignment isn't loud. It doesn't rush you. It doesn't pressure you. It's actually very quiet, very steady. It feels like peace settling in your body without needing any validation. And the interesting part is many people don't trust it at first because they're so used to that chaotic feeling. Can you imagine that? How we're just so used to living in chaos, and so that's where we live. It's crazy, huh? Alignment feels calm, not chaotic. You don't need to validate when you're in alignment. When was the last time you felt right without overthinking? Can you remember when that was? When is that last time that you felt right with overthinking? Was it today? Yesterday? Oh, the day before. Oh, you can't remember. That's what I thought. You're always overthinking. Thinky. You guys, stop thinking so much. Let your heart run the show. Confusion is misalignment. Peace is alignment. Do you trust peaceful decisions? Or do you second guess them? If it feels forced, it's not aligned. So, what does alignment feel like in your body? Does it feel light or heavy? Let me know in the chat. Does it feel light or heavy? Raquel says she was overthinking yesterday. And Andrew says, indeed, realizing spending since gas. I'm telling you, prices have skyrocketed. I'm telling you, that's the truth. Raquel, she's trusting the peaceful decisions. Nice. A lot of people don't trust the peaceful decisions. So I want to know, you guys, do you feel light in your body or heavy? What does alignment feel like? Alignment feels light to me. Heaviness feels like it's out of alignment. Okay. Oh, yes. So when it comes to love and relationships, the heart can hold on to what feels familiar. When it comes to the mind, it starts to recognize what's actually healthy. And oh no, oh my goodness, my crystal fell out of my ring, so I'm gonna have to find a new one. Oh, that was my rose quartz crystal too. All right, I'm really rough on my jewelry, you guys. So anyhow, back to the show. Overthinking is your weakness. Overthinking is most people's weakness. That's the truth. Okay. Where was I? I'm just gonna probably repeat what I just said because I just got distracted because my ring here, my rose quartz rock fell out. So I'll have to figure out what to do. My rose quartz crystal. So when it comes to love, the heart holds on to what feels familiar, while the mind starts to recognize what's actually healthy. And the space in between the heart and the mind, that's where confusion lives. Not because you don't know, it's because two parts are trying to lead at the same time. Your heart can hold love even when your mind sees the truth. Misalignment in love creates emotional exhaustion. Have you ever known someone that wasn't right for you, someone that you really shouldn't even spend any time with, but yet you still feel pulled to them? Isn't that crazy? Even though you know that they're not right for you, you feel pulled to them, and then after you're around them, you feel so drained and so exhausted. You're not confused about that. You're conflicted within. You're conflicted between what your heart is holding on to and what your mind is holding on to. Do you believe love should feel peaceful, or should love feel intense and confusing? That's my question to you guys. Do you feel love should feel peaceful, intense, or confusing? And Raquel wrote, yes, it's crazy. Once I realized, I stopped reacting out to them. Reaching out to them. Yep. Once we have to realize it too, though, that we're bringing people in that make you feel exhausted. Love should feel intensely peaceful. Correct. It should. It should feel extremely peaceful, calm, at ease. There's no anxiety. There's no, worrying. It's just love. It's peaceful. It's calm. It's warm. The mind versus the heart conflict. Your mind does have a job, besides the overthinking. That your mind is actually here designed to protect you based on your past experiences. That's why it's important for us to heal those past experiences, because it's protecting you from something that's happened in the past. Your heart has a different role, though. It connects to your truth in the present moment, in the now. And when those two are not communicating, it can feel like you're being pulled in two opposite directions. Your mind keeps taking you back into the past where things didn't work out, and your heart's going, come on, can you just be here? Can you just be at peace in the present moment? And your mind's going, no, I gotta go back here because this isn't resolved yet. They're just not communicating together, and it can feel like you're being pulled in two opposite directions. And that actually creates a stuck feeling inside you. It feels stuck. The mind is logic, it's protection, past experiences. Your heart equals truth, intuition, present moment. Do you feel like your thoughts protect you or trap you? That's what I want you to write in the chat. If you feel like your mind protects you, write protect. If you feel like your mind traps you, write trap. Overthinking is often fear dressed up as logic. Overthinking is often fear dressed in logic. When they fight, you feel stuck. We keep repeating we have thoughts in our mind that keep repeating themselves over and over and over. That's the stuckness, because we haven't dealt with something in the past that we need to go ahead and clear that energy from. And your mind remembers that pain, and your heart remembers the truth. You guys, okay? So both, yeah, okay. So your mind is trying to protect you. Let me get back to where I was there. Yeah, your thoughts are trying to protect you. Okay, that's true. Okay. All right. Overthinking is often fear dressed up in logic. And when they fight, that's when you guys start feeling stuck. Your thoughts keep repeating over and over in your mind. Your mind does remember the pain, but your heart remembers truth. So if fear was not involved, what would your heart choose? What would your heart choose if there was no fear? I think that's a big question. I don't even know how to really answer that. What would my heart choose? My heart would just keep on going, and it wouldn't stop. It wouldn't be blocked. It would just do. In fact, that's how I met my twin. It's because I was following my heart, not my mind. And I was questioned why wasn't I following my logic? I being like everyone else? Why wasn't I doing what everybody else was programmed to do? Well, because I was following my heart. My heart told me to do what I was doing. So it's a pretty cool thing to follow your heart. And spiritual alignment is alignment goes deeper than a decision. It's about the connection to yourself, your truth, and your higher awareness. When you're aligned, things don't feel forced. They unfold. And when you're not, even the simplest things can feel heavy, like you're pushing against something you can't see. That's when you're out of alignment. Alignment is connection to your higher self. When we're in our flow, we're in a natural flow, that's in our higher self. When we're in resistance, that's when we're stuck in our mind, in our lower self. When you're out of alignment, it feels like resistance. Let's see what was written in the chat. Raquel wrote, my heart would choose to be more brave. My heart chooses me. My heart is extremely brave. That's what I found out, which I didn't know 4 or 5 years ago when I started this journey. I didn't know how brave my heart was. My heart was so much braver than my mind would ever been. My mind would have told me not to do what I did, and which was to live a very happy journey. It was so exciting. It was so fun. I was just following my heart, and no matter what happened out there, I was still so happy. I was in joy. I was in peace. It's just so beautiful to follow that heart space and not follow that logic. So, before I go into my commercial, I want you guys to answer this question. Do you feel more disconnected lately or more in tuned? So you write in the chat, disconnected or in tune. And you guys, all you guys know, I wrote this book. It is called Flipping Your Emotional Story Around to Better. It is the foundation of everything I do. So I'm going to send you over to my commercial so you know where you can get it if you're interested. And I'll be right back. And it's commercial break time. And what's she going to talk about on her commercial? Yeah, what's she going to talk about? She's going to talk about, did you know that Cynthia Toet, she's an author. She wrote a book this year called Flipping Your Emotional Story Around to Better. Yes, that's the book that she wrote, and it is on Amazon. It is an ebook and a hard copy, whichever you prefer. Go over there right now and grab your copy right now to see what it's going to take to flip your emotional story around to better. Okay, back to the show now. And she's back, and I'm reading the chat that most of you are saying that you're in tune, but Shania, she's not in tune, she's in moon. Oh, she was saying hi moon, but I read it as in moon, and so I was just laughing. So that would mean it was hidden. But, that's what happens with the mind. I misread it, and I thought it was funny. So this is a space where we just slow down just a little bit and really look underneath the surface. Sometimes it just takes a small shift into a perspective to see things differently. Not because the situation changes instantly, but because you understand, but because your understanding changes. You've been feeling more in tune. I'm glad you guys are feeling more in tune. So let's see, where am I at? About let's be flipping your story around. That's what we've been doing. That's why you guys are feeling more in tune, because we're flipping that story, flipping your script, making sure we're burning the old story and bringing in the new story. So when we flip our script around, what are you afraid will happen? What are you guys are afraid to happen if you follow your heart? Because your heart's extremely brave. My heart had me doing things my mind would have never, ever, ever let me do. So that means when I'm following my heart, I'm running on a natural fume, a natural fuel. I'm not questioning it. I'm in a flow. I'm on the go. What story are you telling yourself about a situation in your mind that's blocking your heart from making that next move, that move that your heart wants to make? Is it the truth or is it fear? I'm going to bring it all together. Alignment is not about choosing your mind over your heart. That's not even where I'm trying to go. Because we need both our mind and our heart. So we can't separate them. We don't want to have your heart over your mind. It's because it is about creating a relationship between the two. Let your mind and your heart speak together. Where the mind feels safe and your heart feels heard. That's where clarity begins, and it forms naturally. What happens when alignment happens, the mind feels safe, and the heart feels heard. Do you feel safe in trusting yourself? You don't need to silence one. You don't need to silence your heart. You don't need to silence your mind. You need to harmonize them, bring them in so they're working together. Alignment is when your thoughts and your feelings agree on your worth. What would it take for you guys to trust in your own decisions? That's a take-home question. What would it take for you guys to trust in your own decisions? You're not second-guessing them. You're not questioning it. You're just allowing the heart and the mind to work together. So this one's for you guys to take home. You don't need to put your answer in the chat there. Not unless you want to. Yeah, that's not a confirmation. Yes, alignment is when your thoughts and the feelings agree on your worth. Activation. Awareness is powerful. It's the first step, but it's only the first step. You have to take the second step, because alignment asks for honesty, and sometimes that means acknowledging the truth that we've been avoiding, not judging ourselves, but to free ourselves. Awareness is only the first step. Action is the second step. You have to take action, not just be aware of it. You have to act. You have to act on what you've been avoiding when it comes to your truth. Alignment requires honesty. You need to take more action. Most people do. And you often hesitate about taking that next step. Yeah. And a lot of people aren't even aware. A lot of people are not even aware where it happens. But if you guys are coming to this channel, I know I've been waking you guys up. So awareness has become part of your process. But action is on you. And you have to take the action for it to come together. You can't lie to yourself and feel peaceful. You can't. Because a lie doesn't feel good. It feels uncomfortable. Has there been a decision that you've been delaying? just because of that uncomfortable feeling? What would alignment look like for you today? To me, alignment would look like, just everything goes smooth. Everything, it's, from the moment I wake up until the moment I go to bed, there's no chaos, there's no confusion, there's no wondering. It's being able to go with this natural flow. It's peaceful, it's calm, it's loving. It's not this energetic pull, wondering if you did something wrong or wondering why somebody thinks this way about you. It's not about if you feel successful today or not. It's not about judging yourself. What would alignment look like today? And in the chat, let's see, it says, I'm very aware, so it annoys me that I lack the motivation to act. So, and part of it is just, again, that lack of motivation is actually just fine-tuning the mind, because if we say the right thing in the mind, it actually puts us in motivation. So there is an actual key for that. And yes, you've been avoiding things because you feel uncomfortable. Okay? And you create chaos and confusion within not taking action. That's true. I mean, it just gets deeper. It gets more intense by us not taking action. What happens? It brings more chaos. It brings more confusion. And then it's like, my goodness, I'm aware of this, but I take no action. And it brings me more chaos and confusion. So there's a key. There's a key to taking action. And sometimes it's a very small key, but we don't know what that key is. We have to figure out what that key is. Sometimes, for me, it's just learning. It's about turning on some Hertz music, some Hertz music. Depending on what I'm going through, I can turn that on, and within 5 minutes, I'm all of a sudden doing what I couldn't do. I mean, I could be sitting there for an hour, 2, maybe 3 hours, and I can't even get up, and I can't get myself into action, and then I turn on the Hertz, and then within 5 minutes, I'm doing exactly what I put off for the last 3 hours. So tune frequency is really important, or music, or listening to the right waves. Yeah. So and let's see, fear will it work for me? You fear that it will work for you. Okay. And then Raquel saying, this episode is helping me so much. It's been like therapy session. Perfect. Thank you. And you're afraid of success. Most people are. You guys think you're afraid of failure. You're not. No, you're not. You're not afraid of failure, because you already look at yourself as a failure. So you're not afraid of it. You're afraid of success. Yes, you guys are afraid of success, not failure. And then in the chat says, sometimes we think it will change our comfort zone. Sometimes. Well, next we're going to talk, let's talk Naya energy. Got to get a little bit of Naya in here. Yeah, something that we can learn from animals. They don't sit there overthinking or second guessing. They respond. They trust. They move. There is a natural alignment in that. One that we all have access to, even if we drift away from it. Animals do not overthink. They instantly trust. When was the last time you just trusted yourself instantly? That's what we call pure alignment. So my question for you guys to take home is, what would it feel like to stop overthinking? It gets quiet. It gets peaceful. It gets calm. It gets relaxing. What would life feel like if you stop overthinking? Here, I'll put this one in the chat too, because I feel like it's something you guys could take home and think about it, ponder on it, okay? And we get Naya confirmations in here. She's normally not, she's always in here, but she's normally not barking during this part of the show, so. And have faith in divine angels, so go with the flow. Yeah, it would feel intensely, it would feel very peaceful to not overthink. Correct. It would feel so peaceful. It is peaceful. Everything we talked about tonight comes back to one thing: your relationship with yourself. Alignment is not something outside of you. It is something you return to. And the more honest you are about yourself, the clearer the path becomes. Alignment is self-honesty. You already know your truth. You just have to trust in it. This is a journey back to you. Choosing to align to moving forward. What are you choosing to alignment with moving forward? Did something click for you? Yeah, I think I want to find that key, that one that makes sure that we go into action. What key works for you? Bringing home, we want to bring home our power. Alignment isn't about being perfect, you guys. It's about being honest with yourself. Let's see what's going on in the chat. It would feel nice. Sometimes I have fun overthinking if it's something I'm learning about interest. If you're learning, that's fine. Most of the time when we're overthinking is not necessary. When you're overthinking, when you're growing and learning, that's one thing. That's more of a logic. But when we're overthinking from the fear and the chaos and the confusion, and we're going down that road, so that's okay thinking, I think. And when trusting ourselves benefits us, then overthinking stops. That's true. That's 100% true. When you start trusting in yourself, you stop overthinking because you don't need to think so much now. It's like now you're at peace. You're living in the now. You're living in the present moment. So tonight we talked about what it really means to align your heart and your mind in this Q&A. We broke it down we broke down the differences between the two. We talked about the misalignment, how it creates confusion and keeps you stuck, and how alignment brings you back to peace, clarity, and flow. And if there's one thing I want you to take with you guys tonight, it is that your heart already knows the truth. Your mind just needs to learn how to trust your heart. So stop fighting yourself and start listening to yourself. And bring yourself back home to alignment, into alignment, because that's where your power lives. Thank you for watching Your Hidden Love Story, episode 2134. Align your heart and mind Q&A session where we're bringing divine union within as a part of the mini series Coming Back Home to Self. You guys, I go live every Monday and Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Your Hidden Love Story. Please remember to hit the bell so you get reminded of when the next live is. And remember, I am a happiness, love, and relationship coach for anyone that's looking for one-on-one coaching to get more personal attention with this. Check out my website. It's down there in the description box, and it's going to probably be here in my chat here in just a second if it's not already there. And book a discovery call with me. There's a tab in there. You just click on it, and it takes you to a calendar so you can book that call. It's a 15-minute call. And it doesn't cost you anything for that call, okay? And for those watching the live, please feel free to come watch the after show, which is going to start about 10 or 15 minutes after this one, where we go deeper, revealing your hidden love story. And for those watching the replay, please go over there and watch at least the first 30 minutes of Revealing Your Hidden Love Story to catch the timeless collective reading, because I'm certain there's something there just for you. And I always want to remind you guys, I am so thankful and grateful for all my subscriptions, all the watch times, all the likes, the comments, the donations, everything. It's all greatly appreciated. And I want you guys to know that. All right, you guys, till next time. And for many of you, I'm going to see you here in just a little bit. But take care.